Good evening, everyone. It's Mara, and it's Sharing Wellness, Promoting Health Wednesday. Sorry I missed you last week, but I was traveling and it was just a little hectic. So tonight I'm going to share with you some information on far infrared therapy. Remember, this information is educational. I'm not diagnosing, treating, or curing any disease. It's strictly informational. So what are far infrared rays? You know, we hear about far infrared saunas, far infrared products, far infrared domes. So what are far infrared rays? So far infrared rays are part of natural sunlight that have the longest wavelength. They're emitted through a very narrow band of energy found in the vast electromagnetic wavelength. They're invisible to our eye and they're perceived as heat. They're non-harmful and they're completely safe. Our body loves far infrared energy because it's absorbed easily by our bodies due to the vibrational levels of bonds found in the molecules in our cells. The process in which we absorb far infrared is known as resonance absorption, which means the rays reach into the cell and create a water molecule resonance, which produces an atomic molecular resonance, letting us perceive it as heat. Pretty neat, huh? Far infrared rays are also a radiant heat, so they have an ability to heat an object without heating all the air in its range of the object. So it's going to heat us, but it doesn't heat all the air coming through. So, excuse me, in fact, the cells of all living things emit far infrared rays, making it easy to absorb. And it's one of the reasons why this form of heat is so beneficial, because it kind of matches the heat that leaves our body. It can actually penetrate about 1 to 1.5 inches at a minimum and almost 4 centimeters beneath our skin. So when I use a far infrared product, I actually feel myself getting warm from the inside out instead of from the outside in. And this information came from a medical article. So what can heat therapy do for you? First off, using heat to treat illness or injury within the body dates way back thousands of years. It was Hippocrates who said, "Give me the power to create a fever and I can cure any disease." So many societies through history have used heat as a form of healing. There's been warm baths, saunas, hot springs. So far infrared offers warmth and heat to the body in a very safe and gentle manner, increasing our body's tissue temperature, not like a fever, because that increases the body temperature, but the far infrared more or less warms the tissue in the area it's applied. So what can heat therapy actually do for us? So we're familiar that when we apply heat to an injured area, our blood flow increases, bringing along with it protein and oxygens, which feed our cells. Fur heat not only increases blood flow and helps with vasodilation, it also shows a decrease in stress and fatigue when compared to using other forms of heat. It's also been found very effective not only from its thermal properties, but its non-thermal properties as well, because it has the ability to help the body produce nitric oxide, which keeps our arteries and veins healthy. And a couple doctors were awarded a Nobel Prize for discovering that. So far infrared and its therapeutic properties have been studied in China and Japan for over 30 years, and researchers have found that far infrared is very helpful for enhancing circulation, helping with aches and pains, strengthening the overall cardiovascular system due to nitric oxide, and it helps to ease joint stiffness and inflammation. So what can far infrared therapy do for you? Well, it's found to be effective in relieving pain in patients, decreasing joint stiffness, reducing inflammation, promoting a fuller range of motion, helping to relieve muscle spasms, and it has even shown benefit to trained runners who suffer from muscle damage. In fact, its many benefits are still being studied. So to summarize why it's important, it's because it has an ability to penetrate deeply into our bodies, transforming from light energy into heat energy. And its thermal effect within the deep layers of our tissue promotes better blood circulation, which promotes better healing. It's gentle heat, and it's also great for assisting the body in sweating or detoxification, as in a sauna or using a dome or a heating pad. I myself have used Far Infrared for injuries like sprains and sprains after the 72-hour ice period. And if I have a sinus headache, a stomach ache, or I want to relax, I really enjoy the comfort of its gentle warmth. You know, for the last 15 years as a distributor for Soki, I've been sharing the Soki waist support, the dome, and the fur pad with many of my clients, as well as with many of you. I also use my Soki bed every morning, and after I exercise, I lie under the fur domes and enjoy a gentle massage with the Chi machine and the warmth on my muscles that I've just worked in the workout. And I also use the fur pad quite a lot, especially this time of year. Today, you know, I do live in the Midwest. We got about 2 to 3 inches of snow. It's about 20 degrees. Winter is here. So I really like the heat on my lower back or over my belly. I just like to be warm. And so I'll use the fur pad or the dome on my knees, my hips, my backs, or shoulders. So I hope that answers your questions on the scientific phenomenon of far infrared rays. What makes it really unique is you have to remember, you know, when purchasing a far infrared product, that you actually have to be in line with the rays. So if you think of yourself out at a picnic and you're really, really hot on a hot July day and that sun's just beating down on you, what's creating all that heat is the far infrared rays turning that light energy into heat energy. And that's why you'll notice, like when a cloud comes or you're in the shade, it's quite a bit cooler because it blocks those far infrared rays. So if your body isn't in direct contact with the rays, it's not going to warm you up. So think about that when you're looking at different far infrared products or trying to understand how it works. Your body has to interact with the rays. So I want to thank you for joining me. Next week is the holidays, so I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. It's been a heck of a year with everything that's been going on. I'm probably not going to be joining you till January due to the holidays back to back. So have a happy new year. Enjoy the time with family and friends, even though I know it's more limited. I know our Thanksgiving was really quiet this year with only 3 of us, but we still had a wonderful meal and wonderful company. So Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and I will see you next year, and we will be talking about electrical energy. So thanks for joining me, and thanks for sticking with me. Bye.